Welcome back. I have Abby here with me.
Hello.
And we are going to be talking more about classification of plants, Kingdom Vegetalia or Kingdom Plantae. Today we're going to be looking more closely at the monocotyledons and the monocotyledons specifically in group 1. So let's unwrap our gift that is the Kingdom of Plants. And we're going to open this up. So we're talking about Kingdom Plantae, all of the plants on Earth. And within Kingdom Plantae, there are 2 divisions. The first one was cryptogamy, meaning the plants that scientists didn't know how they reproduced. And they were hidden. And division phanerogamy, which reproduced by seeds that weren't hidden, and we could see visible marriage. And division phanerogamy was broken into two branches. One of those branches was the gymnosperms, or the plants that had seeds with no coating or covering. And the other branch is the branch we're going to continue talking about, Angiosperms. The Angiosperms are plants that have they're flowering plants, and these ones are classified or further classified by the seeds. And does the seeds have 1 or 2 receptacles that hold and contain the seed? And so we're talking about the monocotyledons, or those that have 1 cup-shaped hollow. Within class monocotyledon, there have been many groups or classes that are within some groups, and we are talking about group 1. I'm going to set this aside, and we're talking about group 1 of monocotyledon. Group 1 are plants that have flowers but no petals or sepals, which is very interesting. As we open this up, group 1 has contained the Typhaceae, the cattails, and the Gramineae, which are the grasses. And today we're going to talk about Family Araceae. And Family Araceae is really interesting. Family Araceae are plants that have things like the philodendron and the calla and other plants that maybe you've seen but not really thought about. These ones are pretty cool. So here's a Calla Lily. They're another kind of lily that has a special kind of way of growing. And so the Calla Lily is one of these. And then the philodendron are really, really common as houseplants. And you'll see those in a minute with the pictures. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this bit first before we do our slideshow. Another name for the Family Araceae is Family Aram, or the Aram Family. And members of the Aram family have the following characteristics in common. They're mostly terrestrial herbs. So they're plants that grow. Herba means herbaceous plants. So when we say herbs, that's what we mean, herbaceous. These are mostly terrestrial. The stem and flowers have a milky sap. So if you broke them open, they would secrete kind of a thick, milky fluid that comes out of them. The aram plants may grow on other plants. So these are plants that, they don't necessarily have to grow with roots in the soil, but they can grow on other plants. And the flower has 1 large petal structure right here, which we call that spathe. And it's the flower is just one flower piece. And it's not a true petal because these are plants that don't have petals, but it is a petal-like structure. And one of these that's really important or really famous is the taro plant, which is a food plant in the Western Pacific region. And so taro is a very important food plant. There are over 105 genera or genus of this Araceae family. And some of them are the philodendron and the Calla, Araceae, and Dieffenbachia. Can't wait to show you pictures of that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this card while we do a slideshow, and we'll see you on the other side.
Family Araceae. The plants of this family are mostly terrestrial and have either rhizomes or tubers. Flowers often have a showy spathe with the flowers on a stalk. The flowers are either bisexual or unisexual. The fruit is a fleshy berry. The family is mostly found in the tropics in warm, humid locations. All but 1 genus are found in bogs or moist woodlands. The Calla Lily is an example that is used for gifts in America during Easter. Other genera of this family include the Dieffenbachia, philodendron, and elephant ear Caladium. Many are grown for ornamentals and are found around pools.
Some of those beautiful ones that you just saw are the Caladiums. Caladiums are a really popular gardening plant and house plant. They do better outside. And in our climate, they don't survive the winter, but they're a beautiful foliage. You can get them in solid green. You can get them green and white and green and pink, and I think even pink and white. They're really beautiful. And in fact, Caladiums are on my wish list for this year. So again, these are things like elephant ear, Caladiums, the philodendron, which are the big, beautiful green leafy plants, and of course the Calla Lily. Okay, these are all part of Family Araceae. Family Araceae is part of group 1, or the flowering plants that have no petals or sepals. And group 1 is part of class Monocotyledon. Class Monocotyledon are the plants that have one cup-shaped hollow to hold the seed. Class Monocotyledon is part of branch Angiosperms. Branch Angiosperms are all of the plants that have a receptacle or a vessel containing the seeds. Branch Angiosperms is part of division Phanerogamy. Division Phanerogamy are all of the plants that have that reproduce by seed, that have a visible marriage of the plant and reproduce in a visible way. And division Phanerogamy is part of Kingdom Vegetalia or Kingdom Plantae that contains all of the plants on Earth. And isn't it amazing how scientists have classified all these plants in all these different ways, and that we can look at a plant and its parts and how it reproduces, its veins, how many petals it has, or no petals at all, and we can learn all about the different types of plants. Okay, we're wrapping this up so we can unwrap it again next time and learn more about more about classifying plants. We'll see you next time.